An IT investigation has found in the past 5 years, more than 60 water utilities here in the DFW area have been hit with a violation of the Safe Water Drinking Act. For one Fort Worth suburb, it's becoming a troubling and a reoccurring trend. Investigative reporter Brian New joins us from White Settlement.
3 years ago, residents here in White Settlement received a letter in the mail stating that elevated levels of lead had been discovered in their water. This wasn't the first time residents here had received such a warning. A few years before that, radioactive contaminants were discovered at levels that exceeded state standards. Mayor Ronald White told us back then the city had a plan in place to fix its water issues. So now, 3 years later, we decided it was time to check back in on White Settlement to see if the city had made good on its word. Mayor White told us all of the water issues had been resolved. But then we showed him reports from the TCEQ showing several recent violations for failing to test the water. So do you still feel like the problem has been resolved?
Apparently it hasn't. I mean, if there's continued to be violations that are reported by TCEQ, and I'm not being informed of it, then as far as I'm concerned, the problem's not been resolved.
Mayor White told us the city manager should have told him about these violations, but hadn't. So we asked if the city manager could join our conversation. At 10, we'll show you what happened next. Plus, we'll speak with an expert about whether what cities often call simply administrative issues when it comes to water testing, if that's something we should be concerned about. In the meantime, if you go to our website, we have created an interactive map with all drinking water violations in our area for the past 5 years. You can see which city or utility district had the most violations, those are the ones in red, as well as read exactly what those violations were for. Check it out on our I-Team page at cbsdfw.com. With the I-Team, Brian New, CBS 11 News.